Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna actually show you that what is the Trump's new, referendum that he has, released for the Iran in this war. So what actually has happened is that um, Trump has basically, issued a ultimatum to Iran because, as you already know, that the Strait of Hormuz is being, restricted, and there are not a lot of tankers that are being allowed to pass through it. There are certain tankers that are being allowed to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, like for example, I think China and Indian, couple of Indian tankers were also allowed to pass through it, and couple of Chinese tankers were also allowed to pass through it. So what is the ultimatum that the Trump has given? First we look at this video, and then we will try to see what happened. Just look at this thing. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding with me? The hell.
If Iran doesn't fully open the Straits of Hormuz. Not serious. We're talking about escalation, heading in an escalatory direction with these comments from Iran. Actually, right now, I'm getting a signal on my phone. You might be able to hear it. That's what happens when it means there's an incoming attack. Iran was able to hit some
Yeah,
areas.
so this is what I was actually telling you, that because Iran has been not showing any signs of getting on the back foot. Like they are the moment their supreme leader was killed, they were being very aggravated. They are being very aggressive from the front line, and that is also the reason why you will see the US and Israel, both of them are kind of getting nervous, because if you will see couple of statement that was given by the prime minister of Israel, Netanyahu, if you listen to some of his statements, you would see that there was a slight hesitation in his statement. So that's exactly why the reason that Trump has issues this 48 hours of ultimatum to Iran. So we're gonna watch this video, and then I will elaborate that what is actually happening.
Around Dimona, where Israel still has its undeclared nuclear program. So this war is
Hmm.
still going right
And
now, just getting an alert. And now President Trump is talking about escalating it even further. What he specifically said is
yeah, so that's what I just told you initially, that this war has been escalating, right? And Trump doesn't really want that to happen. So that is why, he is given this referendum. I can also show you I can also show you the tweet that was done by him, which was basically, if I'll go to this page, you will actually see the tweet that was done by him, uh, Trump, right? Yeah, and then you would actually realize that what I'm actually talking about right now as well. So before that, first of all, we should just watch this video, and then we'll try to,
that if Iran doesn't fully open the
what the fuck?
Straits of Hormuz, not partially open it, not just to its allies, not just to its regular customers like China, then the United States will respond, according to President Trump, starting from 11:45 p.m. GMT tomorrow by obliterating power plants in Iran, starting with the
Yeah,
biggest
so
one.
that is what I told you initially in the video, that the tweet that he has done, he has made one thing pretty sure, is that he has clearly written in that tweet, which says that he's going to obliterate the power plants, the fuel power plants that Iran has. They are going to obliterate that, and then on top of that also, Iran from their side, if I can show you some of the, if I'll show you, yeah, look at this, not this, not this, not this, not this. Yeah, this is what I was actually talking about, right? And this is what it is. If Iran doesn't fully open without threat the Strait of Hormuz within the 48 hours from this exact point in time, the United States of America will hit and obliterate obliterate their various power plants, starting with the biggest one first. Thank you for attention. So this is actually the reason why, it is being a very big headache for the US right now, to actually, because they started this war. So why, if I'm saying this right now, that why Trump, has to take this initiative and has to be so aggressive that he's literally telling you that we are going to obliterate your power plants. There is a reason for that. The reason is that this Strait of Hormuz was being operated at a normal pace before the United States of America they killed their supreme leader. Before that, all these ships and tankers that we are seeing right now, it was going at a normal rate, right? But what happened after the moment they killed their supreme leader, because they thought, because it is basically an alliance between the Israel and USA. They wanted to destabilize the region, so they killed their supreme leader, and because the supreme leader is killed, now Iran is not going to stop, and because of that, it is actually US mistake which the whole world is paying for it right now. Because before the supreme leader was not killed, the Strait of Hormuz was operating at its normal pace. The Strait of Hormuz, all these ships and tankers were going throughout the world. But the moment they killed their supreme leader, now what they have done, that they started laying down these mines in the Strait of Hormuz. Now they are also giving threat that if any tanker would be, like kind of pass through the Strait of Hormuz, we are going to blow this thing in pieces. So now, because the world pressure that is being, on President Trump, because he was the one who started this war, right? If he wouldn't have killed their supreme leader, there would have been no war which was happening in the world order right now. But because he was being, too, I don't know what was, like, too, maybe too overconfident, or they took Iran very lightly or something. But the moment they killed their supreme leader, now what happened is that they don't have anything to lose. All right, any country, when they will lose their highest, like, person, the highest official position that any person holds, whenever that person will be killed in any country, that country will go absolute rogue. Okay, and this is what's also happening with Iran, and that's why they are threatening to, they are not allowing any tanker to pass through Strait of Hormuz. And this is why, the reason that, Donald Trump has to act like this much aggressiveness, because it's his fault. Because of that, the Strait of Hormuz is being blocked, and now it's is his also his, you can say, like, it's his responsibility to to make that Strait of Hormuz continue at its normal pace. So that's why you can see him being so aggressive and so aggravated. So this is
The
what I wanted to show you
Iranians immediately
in
responded
that.
saying, if our infrastructure is attacked, we will attack infrastructure, and reiterated a threat. This was from a colonel in the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, and specifically talked about desalinization.
Yeah, so now because I tell you why. So now, because Trump has given this ultimatum to Iran, now the leader of Iran, I don't know, I might have bookmarked some of his video. Yeah, look at him. So this is the actually the leader of the IRGC, if I'm not wrong, because I don't really know which official position that this person holds, but obviously he speaks for the Iran. If you will look at his referendum, I can, even if you want, I can, show it to you. So if I just play it from the front, you can see.
در ادامه رفتار تجاوزکارانه و ناامن‌سازی جهانی تهدید کرده است که اگر ایران تنگه هرمز را باز نکند نیروگاه‌های ایران را هدف قرار خواهد داد. بارها گفته ایم که تنگه هرمز فقط ضرر بسته است و ضرر تحت ضوابط صورت عملی شدن تهدید.
So this is a very long video. I'm not gonna really play the whole video, but I can tell you what he's being actually telling in this video is that he threatens, he's told, because after the ultimatum that Trump has given to the Iran, now what what Iran has done is basically they have given threats to the United States and to the Israel, that they are going to, they are going to target the desalinization, uh, targets that are in the Middle East. So most of you people might not know, but in the Middle East, there are not the groundwater, the levels of groundwater is very low. Okay, so there are a lot of desalinization, plants are there in the Middle East, for people to get, the drinking water, because obviously we can't drink like the seawater, right? So you need to have a desaline. There are a lot of desalinization, power plants in the Middle East. If I can also show you right now, I will show you in the next video. So he has basically, what he has done is he has given the referendum to, target the desalinization, basically, power plants, if America goes to target Iran in the next few hours. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.